September is right around the corner, so I'm going to share our September 2022 budget with you. Hey there, Brittany from BrittanyFlammer.com here with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips for you and your family. I use a zero-based budget, which means at the beginning of the month, we plan where we're going to spend all of our money down to the last dollar. I like to do this in spreadsheet. Right now I'm using Google Sheets. Excel works great too. If you want, you're welcome to snag my template, which you can edit and adjust in the description box down below for a few dollars, or use whatever works for you. We have a family of 7. We've got 5 kids at home from ages 3 to 13, and we're living in northern Utah. Let's go ahead and start with income. My husband is salary. He's a teacher, so we usually know exactly how much he's gonna make each month. He was not supposed to get a raise this year. He just gets one every few years. They have steps, but they did a teacher-wide raise for everyone to compensate for cost of living increases. So he is getting a raise this year. I do not know exactly what our take-home pay will be, and that's what I like to put in here because that's the money we have control over for spending. But smartasset.com has an awesome take-home pay calculator. Whether you're salary or hourly, no matter how often you get paid, you can go in and type in all your information. You can include your insurance, your health insurance, your eye insurance, what you put away for your retirement, all of that stuff you can include, and it'll give you a calculated guess on what your take-home pay will be. So I am guessing my husband will make $4,800. So I am guessing my husband will make $4,800. The LLC, this is the money I make from my YouTube channel. It's mostly YouTube ads and Etsy sales because I haven't been coaching. And that's after I set money aside for taxes, after I put a little bit of money back into the business. That's just what I'm guessing that I will get to spend, that we will take home. Not planning on any side jobs. So $4,900 is our income. Since it's zero-based, I want to allot for all of that money. I want to tell it where to go at the beginning of the month. Our tithing, we're Christians, we donate 10% of our gross income and some additional offerings and humanitarian aid, but I do it all in one lump sum, so we call it tithing. Our mortgage is fixed. Our payment every month that's taken out is $1,300. Our electricity is around $15. We do have solar panels, but we have to pay some connection fees, so it's about $15 a month. Natural gas is about $85. It varies drastically based on your usage, but we are on an average payment plan, so it takes the average for 12 months, and it did that for the past 12 months. In this month, it's readjusting, so I think it's going to be going up. Our water, our city bill includes the water and sewer, and I know we've gone way over budget the last month or two, but now that it's end of summer and we're starting to water less, I'm thinking it will go down for September. Life insurance is fixed. This is term life for both my husband and myself. We do, with his new job, he's making more than he used to make, so we need to redo his life insurance to increase it. You're supposed to do rough estimate of how much you should have is 10 times your income. Car insurance, $90. It adjusted a little bit, and it's not quite exactly 90, but I can't remember the exact amount, and so it's pretty close to 90, so I'm just putting 90. Phone bill, this is cell phone for my husband and we were added to someone's plan, so it was $15 a line. Internet is fixed, $58 a month. Gas, this is not a fixed expense because it varies month to month, but I put it in the fixed because we're gonna pay it no matter what. And I'm guessing about $250 a month. Gas prices, what are they where you're living right now? Right now we're down to like $4.70, which is higher than most in the US, but let me know where it is, the price per gallon where you're living. Piano, not $250. Piano is $150 a month. We have 3 kids doing it. Someone asked me how we can get it for so cheap. Things for kids are a lot cheaper here in Utah than other places we've lived. I'm not entirely sure why. People do have a lot of kids, but also we get a little bit of a discount because it's an aunt that teaches our children, so we are paying a little bit less than what her other students pay. But here are our total fixed expenses, $2,972. However, with it being September, our youngest child is going to start preschool, and that is $100 a month. So I'm gonna add in that category. I'm just gonna add it real quick, preschool, and it is $100 a month. He goes for 2 hours, a couple days a week. Let me drag this over. So it's a monthly expense, so I'm gonna include it in our fixed expenses. Now let's go down to the variable expenses. I like to separate these because the fixed expenses I don't have a lot of control over. The variable expenses is where I have most of my control. So I'm putting groceries, $600 for our family of 7. Eating out, $25. That's me and my husband going out once. Clothes, we've already done all of our back to school shopping. We have a few things here and there we need, so I like to keep some money in the clothing category just because we always need something, it seems like. Kids money, $50. Our kids, we have a money system for our kids. They do jobs and they can get paid, and so we anticipate if they do all their jobs and they all earn money, then it adds up to about $50 a month. Gifts, $50. We do have a birthday. Normally we spend like $20 or $30 on our kid's birthday. It's our 3-year-old turning 4, so he doesn't need much. However, he does not have a bike, and I know he'd like one, so I'm not sure what we're getting or how much we're going to spend, but I just put 50 there. Fun money, my husband gets 25 and I get 25 to do whatever we want with, spend it however we want. And babysitter, this is us going out a couple of nights and having our oldest 2 babysit our younger 3 kids. So total variable expenses, $825. But if I start at the beginning of September with $825, I will run out a week or 2 into it and then have nothing for the last couple of weeks. So I like to divide it by weeks, and there are 4 weeks, so I get 206. So I'll get out my envelope, and for week 1 I have 206. Every time I spend money, I will subtract from there. And when I'm out of money, I stop spending until the next week. I get 206 the next week. So that really works well for me. We do not have any debt besides our mortgage, so we can skip down to the savings. We've got our emergency funds funded, so we're not adding anything more to it. House maintenance, I'm putting 75 in this month. Flooring, we have some money set aside to finish the flooring in our basement, but I think we have enough, so we're not adding any more to it. Vacation, we haven't decided exactly all of our vacations for next year, so we're not adding any more right now. House updates, this is just whenever we have any extra money, I put as much as I can into it. Eventually we want to add another garage. There are always things to update in your house, right? Car expenses, this is for regular maintenance on the car, registration, oil changes, tire rotation. $100 is more than I think what we really need, so if we have minor repairs, that will cover it. So I just put money into that every month. Christmas, we're just setting aside $25 every month. Kids extracurricular, this is intended for their sports, like whenever they sign up. I just signed up a kid for soccer and one for volleyball. It's not a monthly expense. It was like for the season. And when I did back to school shopping, I pulled some money out of the kids' account. So it all goes into one account, and then as we need it, we pull it out. Bike maintenance, this is $25, just kind of a standard, what I put in there for my husband. Extra mortgage payment, anything we make from my business, we're applying to our mortgage. We're putting $350 away to Roth IRA for myself, and then $150 into mutual funds to invest. We are not putting it towards paying off our house early because our house has such a low interest rate. We've decided to invest it instead. So total is $1,050, but if you can see, we are negative $47. So the goal is to get this to 0 because we want to spend the exact same amount of what we have coming in. So I am going to go ahead here. The house updates is extra, so I'm going to take off 50 and change that just to 100. So now I've got an extra $2.52, and I'm not going to worry about that. I will just leave that in. I've recently gotten some questions on monthly subscriptions. Anything that is monthly that we pay every single month, I would put in this fixed expense category because we pay it every single month. So like our internet, I put in there because we pay it monthly. All of these things I pay monthly. Our piano is fixed and it's a monthly rate. So if you pay, $15 for Netflix every single month, then put it in there. However, for those expenses that are not monthly, that you pay annually, like maybe you pay Amazon Prime, or maybe you have a Costco Sam's membership that you just have to pay once a year, then you can make a sinking fund, put up a savings account for that and put a little bit in every month so that when it comes time to pay that, you can pay it out. I don't have an account for any of those. We don't have very many annual things. Our Sam's Club membership is annual, but what I do when it comes time for those is I just pull it out of my variable expenses. So I will spend less on groceries that month or less on gifts and pay those yearly memberships. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you get notified of my new videos. At the end of the month, I will share our budget report on how we actually did, our exact numbers on how we did with our budget. I've got a playlist right up here that shows you our budget every month and the report that we have. I also share our net worth, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.